What's up, guys, and welcome back to Average Takes.
How's it? How's it? Welcome back.
What is going on?
Well, we're bringing back to you guys following the Conor McGregor and Dustin Poirier fight, UFC 257.
What a letdown, huh?
Huge upset. You know what I'm saying?
Huge
Huge
upset.
Huge upset. 89% of bets for this fight were on Conor money line.
Yeah, Dana White was saying in the post interview how all the questions before in the preview interviews were all about Conor, and he had to keep bringing up Dustin Poirier, and Dustin Poirier won the fight. So crazy.
Hey,
I thought Conor was gonna win. I honestly did.
Oh yeah,
it looked like he had him in the first round, dazed him.
I mean, he's good at letting people know. He looks like his training, like just everything building up to this fight. Conor, just everything looked so much better for Conor. And then, what do you know? Poirier comes out, whoops his ass, bruh. KO, second round. Easy money for that guy. That guy's on top of the world right now.
Yeah, he had nothing on
Khabib's
his face,
retired. No one in that. He's the uncertified champ.
Yeah, him and his coach,
with
Mike Brown, had a great game plan going into this fight, kind of threw him off the way Conor battled in the first round, but he still had a great takedown, fought hard on the ground against the cage. But man, were those leg kicks the brutal part of this game. Conor came into this fight looking forward, I think, to a matchup versus Manny Pacquiao. It was rumored to happen. There was an interview late last year that Poirier said that he believed Conor wanted to fight him because he was a southpaw, just like Manny, and wanted to prepare like that. And honestly, Conor fought like he was training for a boxing match. Like it was heavy-footed, stayed there.
He didn't even go for a takedown once, I don't think.
Yeah, I mean, that's not really his style, but
yeah,
it's still
he played into Poirier's game.
Yeah,
plan,
being heavy on his feet, and Poirier.
Yeah, Poirier is probably the best boxer in the UFC, like in his weight class right now, and Conor just wanted to square up with him. Like, you can't do that when you're not the best. If you're the best, you can do that, but if you're not the best, you can't square up with the best.
Well, I mean, Conor is one of the best strikers that the UFC's ever seen, but he just didn't bring it. Like he said that being away from the sport too long kills you, and we saw that. He had a lot of hype, I would say, going into the second round, coming off of a strong first round, how he finished it, how he wobbled him. And then it looked like he kind of gave up on the gas. I don't know if that was his leg throbbing and pain. I know he said it was dead after. And DC was saying it during the fight that it looked like he had a dead leg and walked out with a crutch. So, I mean, definitely hurt him.
Yeah.
For sure. I mean, what's next for Poirier now, honestly? Who does he fight next?
I mean, Khabib's already fought him, choked him out. We had the fight that was before this that we saw Michael Chandler have a crazy knockout to start his UFC career. Yep. I think that interests me because Michael looked very good, better than we all thought, because everyone liked Dan Hooker going into the fight. Michael Chandler looked great.
Hooker put up a way better fight against Dustin Poirier than this last fight.
Well, that's for sure.
They were going toe to toe.
Yeah, and so that's why I like that matchup so much, is that Michael Chandler proved that he is a real fighter, and Bellator isn't producing chumps over there. And so I like that matchup. I know he said after the fight that Nate Diaz always talks trash online, and he'd love to knock him out. So those are two guys that I would be interested. With Khabib looming, I don't know. Everyone wants Khabib to come back and fight, but Khabib has the belt right now, so he's the decision maker. Honestly,
he's not going to fight a chump just to fight. He's going to fight somebody who wants to beat him or he thinks has a chance to beat him.
Yeah, I know.
He nobody can.
He wants GSP forever. He's always talked about George St. Pierre, and that would be a good fight. But George isn't in it. George has been
Yeah.
out for he's had one fight in like 10 years. So I just don't see that happening either. If Khabib's truly out of the game, then I mean this division's strong. He could fight Gaethje again. I know he beat Gaethje the first time, but Gaethje's not the same fighter he was back then. There's a
Yeah.
Yeah.
lot of there's this division still got good names, even though Khabib's beat them all.
Yeah. Okay. And all right, since we got what's next for Poirier, what's next for McGregor? Does
He's
he
gonna
go?
fight Manny Pacquiao,
Nope.
dude.
I think he's gonna go Logan Paul, try to get that money because he got embarrassed
It's that
tonight,
bad.
and he wants to embarrass Logan Paul, and that's the only way feel like that's possible.
Jake's the one who's calling him out.
Whatever. They're both. I hate them both.
Logan's fighting.
I hate him both.
But yeah, for Conor, it's weird because he hasn't been really in it in a couple years. And
He
does
changed
that
teams. I think that's what messed him up. Changing teams, you don't have those same people motivating you how they used to, and nobody like knows how you train, knows how your body works and stuff like that. And I don't think it's
He
working out for
changed
him.
teams from his last fight when he won, when he beat Cowboy.
I'm not
No.
sure, but Khabib was the
Oh.
one who came out and said that's what you get for changing teams and
Yeah.
I was about
getting
to say. I
all
mean,
I
I
don't know
see that. I
when
see
could that
the
happen.
yeah, but I see the logic as what Khabib was saying. As your team brought you up to make you a champion, you don't leave them like that. But if you can win without your team, like that proves a little bit of something, you know. I mean,
Yeah,
a quarterback in the NFL just did that today. But for sure, I don't know. McGregor looked like he just doesn't look the same
Doesn't
anymore.
look like the same he used to. Doesn't
he still has a
fight the
couple
way.
fights left on his contract. You'd have to
He
think that
does. We'll see him. We'll see him back.
I
But
think the
it's
money
just
versus when he won or not won, but when he lost to Mayweather and got all that money for just that fight, I think that changed him a little bit. He's not just a 20
He's not
million.
hungry for money.
he doesn't
He's
need to grind no more,
120
really.
million,
Yeah.
you know? So it's up to him, honestly. Like Dana White said, you're either in it or you're not. Like we haven't seen him consistently fight. He fought over a year ago when he beat Cowboy, lost this weekend, or when are we going to see him? I don't know. Does he wake
That's
up
something.
tomorrow and
That's
forget
something
about
that
it
he
all?
needs to get with his team and like understand. Like, if I'm gonna be a fighter, I'm gonna be a fighter. He has so many other businesses that he runs, like which is a perfect. Like that's what you want to be as a UFC fighter. You want to fight till you can't fight. With you don't need to fight for get money no more. So I
Yeah,
don't know.
that definitely has a lot to say about it. Some of these guys grind because they have to for their families, and it's their only source of income is this. But now Conor McGregor's a media star, face everywhere, proper 12s everywhere, sponsored the damn fight. So, I mean, I don't know. Conor's future is up to him totally. And it's kind of like the Tyson Fury situation a couple years ago. You're got to pull yourself out of this hole and just can start getting
Yep.
consistent in the game.
Well, he
Yeah.
seems to be a type of dude when he can focus on one thing and one thing for however long he needs to focus on it, he can do it, and he can. He just
He
needs
needs
to
to
get
make
to
a
that
push
point.
back for that belt.
And it
You have to
definitely,
Yeah,
just
excuse me, it definitely seemed that he was interested after the loss. It didn't seem like he was emotionally down.
yeah.
It didn't seem like he thought that was his last fight or anything. He said that he's going to get back into it, get on the
It
road
seemed like he
again.
knew what he did wrong. He already started talking about him not being in it and him not training right and doing all
Yeah,
this stuff
missing
wrong.
that
So
that
time.
was
yeah.
yeah. I
So maybe he
mean,
switches gears and gets back
that
into
was
the
the excuse
grind.
he used for Khabib, which I don't know. I don't know. Whatever. UFC's weird. These guys are all talking shit to everyone. You don't know who's
You have to build
really.
your brand.
You do.
Yep.
These guys. Some of these guys are experts at it. McGregor is one of those guys. But
Definitely. And,
Um,
that's going to lead to a weird future in the UFC because his name will forever be big. It's like Ronda Rousey. Her name's
yeah,
big, even though she was only there for a short while. I think Connor's name has changed this sport, but
100%.
man, it's sad to see when you watch one of your favorite guys get
Get down
KO'd
bad
when
like that. Yeah.
I definitely thought he had the biggest chance to win that fight, especially after that first round, but I guess those kicks really hurt him. he wasn't ready for him because Dustin doesn't really use kicks. He's a striker, and Mike Brown, his coach, definitely had the right game plan going into this.
Yep.
They knew
Yeah.
he was trying to fight like a boxer to prove to Manny Pacquiao that he could do it. And I hate that.
Yep. Props to Poirier though. Really
Definitely,
whooped his
Definitely.
ass. He
it's
he opened a lot of people's eyes.
Proves to you that anybody can win a fight at any time, no
It's
matter
true.
what.
It's
it
only
proves
one
you it
punch
only takes
away.
one punch. Yeah,
One
literally.
punch.
Yeah, one
One
punch.
punch.
Yep.
I was saying it. I was like, Connor's one punch away, and all of a sudden, Poirier's one punch away also. And KO, see ya, buddy.
Yeah.
See you in
He
5
ran
months.
right into that punch. He tried to duck under it and
Yeah.
right in the face. And
Those memes
Robert
are
12
still
went.
kind of funny. That
that was-
it's all over the internet right now.
that Bernie meme that came out like right away, crazy. It's so funny though.
Yeah. Man, it sucks. It sucks more because we all had McGregor on the pod, and but
We got swept.
Eh,
All of us got
that's-
win
swept.
some, you lose some.
That's why we're called average takes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and this is definitely
Yes,
the sport that I am average in knowledge.
sir.
All
Hopefully
right,
we
guys,
see
make
Cut
sure.
McGregor back.
All right, make sure you like and subscribe for sure. Do we want to talk a little bit about Manny versus Ryan Garcia that was announced today? Just a preview it because Conor was supposed to fight Manny. That was in works. Now we're getting a young gun, Ryan Garcia. Got knocked down for the first time in his life, his last fight, but still
That was
came back
crazy.
to
Yeah, still came back and got a
knock out the
dub.
guy.
Yeah,
It's almost like a legacy fight, passing the torch to another young man, but it's not going to be easy for Ryan. Manny Pacquiao's 5-1 since the Mayweather fight. Ryan Garcia I don't think he's lost ever. So
Undefeated, never lost, just
it'll
like
be
his
good. I think,
captain.
I don't know.
22 years of age versus 42 years of age.
Yeah, it's definitely, I
20
think, passing of the
years,
torch.
bruh. Yeah. Passing of the torch, another young, small, fast guy. Probably exactly like Manny Pacquiao when he was young.
Yeah, it's
It'll
gonna
be
be
nice to see.
a lot of weird fights coming up. We'll keep you guys tuned in. We got Logan and versus Mayweather, and who knows who Jake Paul fights next. He was calling out Conor, but
Maybe Conor takes that fight, like Trevor said, man.
Yeah,
Just
it's a
'cause-
confidence booster, man.
Yeah,
You gotta let you know
exactly,
you can still got it,
oh
even
man.
if it is against a YouTuber.
All right, guys, make sure, like I said, like, subscribe, check out other
Comment
videos on
down
our
below.
on YouTube page. Comment down below. Nothing wrong with being average.
Yes, sir. Like and
Peace.
subscribe.